That's it. I know, exactly. The December 11th, 2025 meeting of the Greasetown Board will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Supervisor Rylick.
Present.
Councilman DePonzio.
Present.
Councilman Murphy.
Present.
Councilman Bloomer.
Here.
Councilwoman Christodaro. Here.
I would invite everyone to please stand as Councilman Bloomer leads us in the pledge. Invite everyone to have a moment of silent prayer or reflection. Before we get started, I'd like to share some personal thoughts with our residents tonight. As I conclude my 12th year of serving as town supervisor, I do so with deep gratitude and pride for everything we have accomplished together. What began as a simple goal to make the town of Greece a place where families, businesses, and community could flourish has become a shared success story written by all of us. When I was elected town supervisor, I made our residents a promise that we would take a good town and make it great again. One of the first acts as supervisor was to put forth a community-wide survey to ask our residents what type of amenities they would like to have here in Greece. The response was overwhelming and provided us with a blueprint for family-friendly projects and events for all of our residents to enjoy. After many years, we brought the annual 4th of July celebration back and fireworks to Greece. Over 10,000 residents and visitors attend every year. Our popular celebration was paid for and has been paid for from donations from the business community. We added a splash pad, the largest municipal splash pad in the Northeast United States. Pickleball courts, the first dedicated 6 courts, the first in Monroe County. A children's library providing not just books for our youth, but our very own version of the Strong Museum of Play. Renovated our main library, modernized our old outdated library building, adding many new useful features for our patrons, made it safer as well with the lower bookshelves. Ice skating rink, an Olympic-sized rink, and if weather cooperates, everyone can enjoy that. Our skate park, recommended as one of the top 5 municipal skate parks in the United States. Our town playgrounds have been replaced and are worn and outdated playgrounds with new and creative features. We built a new park lodge, many of them, one at Braddock's, one at Northampton, and renovated a lodge in the heart of the town of Greece. Expanded the center at the town hall campus, which receives an award from the American Public Works Association, and visitors' memberships have doubled in the center since this project was completed. We increased our town-owned green space, approximately 3,500 acres, at no cost to our taxpayers, more than any other town in the county of Monroe. We built a new police headquarters for the men and women who help keep our neighborhoods and families safe, the first ever proper and modernized headquarters in the history of the department. We are in the process of building town-owned solar farm which will offset all the electric bills for all the town buildings and the streetlights, saving the town over $1 million annually in energy bills. We built the first town-owned animal shelter to ensure stray dogs and cats are properly and humanely cared for. And in 2015, we purchased the streetlights in Greece and converted them to LED bulbs, saving the town $1.8 million annually in rental and maintenance fees. We were able to complete these projects and others without bonding, without borrowing or increasing taxes. We did so by successfully securing over 40 and close to $50 million in grants, federal and state, to support these projects and new programs to improve our town infrastructure. Through strong fiscal management, we have lowered or held the tax rate every single year from 14 to 2026. The town rate has dropped from $634 a thousand to $568 per thousand, in addition to lowering the levy. The levy are all the revenues we receive from all the properties. We've cut that from last year. Our town debt was reduced to $13 million. Now, how do you compare that? Well, let's look to Amherst and Colony, two towns in the state of New York of similar size. Their debts are $120 million and $150 million, respectively. Ours total $13 million. As one major tragedy struck in our community in 2017, we were faced with a major windstorm and left thousands of residents without power, followed by a major snow event buried in our town by 2 feet of snow, and culminating with flooding along the shoreline that lasted for 3 months before subsiding. The town and our entire community responded to support fellow residents and provide help and compassion care during those difficult times. The response from the community was overwhelming. After the horrible flooding year, we knew we could not just sit idle and wait to see what the future held. We immediately got to work and secured over $12 million in state-ready funding to build flood resiliency projects along the Greece shoreline, lessening the negative impact of high lake levels and flood waters that they have on the shoreline residents and town infrastructure, our roads, sanitary sewer pump stations, and our town sewer system. It has been one of the greatest honors of my life to serve the residents of Greece. Over the years, we have revitalized community spaces, expanded parks and recreational opportunities, strengthened public safety, and made important infrastructure improvements that will benefit future generations. We have continued to invest in our local economy, modernize services, and preserve the welcoming character that makes our town a special place to call home. Beyond the projects in progress, that I have treasured most are the people, from the meaningful conversations at community events to the laughter shared at concerts and parades. The spirit of togetherness in Greece has always been our greatest strength. Time and time again, I have witnessed neighbors supporting one another through service, generosity, compassion, and the sense of family as the true heart of the town of Greece. I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to our town employees, the town board, and all those who work tirelessly behind the scenes. Your dedication and professionalism have made every accomplishment possible. Most importantly, I'd like to thank the residents of Greece for your trust and support and involvement. Your ideas, energy, and encouragement have inspired me every step of the way. As I step away from this role, I also do so, with confidence in the future of our town. Our town of Greece is vibrant and full of promise. I want to wish the incoming town board members all the best as they prepare to lead our community and serve the residents of Greece next year. While my time as supervisor is ending, my commitment to this community will never fade. This is my home, and I remain deeply invested in the continued success. Thank you all for the privilege that you've bestowed upon me. With that, it took me 12 years to get to there, but we got there. At this point, the next item on the agenda is we would like to call, We have 7 oaths of office to administer this evening. No? We're going to do the other one? Okay. All right. I'll get this down past a few more meetings and I'll have it down pat. At this time, I'd like to ask Don Riley and the first responders, please come to the podium. We'd like to acknowledge some remarkable events that have occurred, and the town board. You look
I can't
good, though.
remember, Bill.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. On November 7th at 12:15 p.m., Don Riley began a hike at Beatty Point Park with his yellow lab, Patty. Not far from the parking area, Don experienced a medical emergency that left him unconscious on the trail. Greece residents Jim Connington and his dog, Leah, were walking nearby and discovered Don from afar. Jim ran towards Don while trying to verbally arouse him, to no avail. Realizing the seriousness of his condition, Jim instinctively delivered a solid punch to Don's chest. Don regained consciousness and was talking and began walking to the car as Jim phoned 911. Less than 2 minutes later, Lakeshore Engine 202 arrived, followed shortly thereafter by Monroe Ambulance and an ALS unit. As crews assessed Don inside the ambulance and prepared for departure to the hospital, he suffered full cardiac arrest. EMS and fire personnel initiated CPR, followed by 3 defibrillation shocks and various cardiac drugs prior to the hospital arrival. Don was awake and alert and talking. Probably asking for votes, huh, maybe? Due to the professionalism and efficiency of the first responders, Don not only survived this cardiac arrest, but was discharged 2 days later with a clean bill of health and 3 new stents. This evening, we recognize Jim Connington and the incredible first responders whose swift action saved the life of a beloved community member. Thank you for your hard work and dedication in keeping our community safe and healthy. It's unbelievable what occurred, and there was certainly a little bit of intervention by someone above to the fact that it all worked out the way it did, and we're so thankful, Don, for that. I know very often, Don, I'll be honest, would make that walk, and either during the walk or afterwards he would call me, and he'd comment, boy, the trails look good and all. And so I know he's an avid walker in our parks and takes advantage of doing that, and fortunately for that day, the right people were in the right place at the right time, and it all came out as a success story. So we'd like to honor those that were a part of this, and I'd like to first have Jim Connington come up and provide him with this proclamation. There you go, Jim. Thank you very much. From Monroe Ambulance, I'd like to present this proclamation. Tom, what are you, shy now all of a sudden? And the folks from Lakeshore Fire Department, who would like, there you go, congratulations. Don, including anyone here that's with us tonight, if you'd like to say a few words.
How long do I have?
As long as you'd like, as long as you'd like.
I can't resist. This is an out-of-body experience, to say the least, but the Rileys and the Lakeshore and the Swamp and Beatty Point, my brother Ad, his first fire was the Crescent Beach Hotel. And after a couple of weeks after the incident, I visited the firehouse, and we talked about that firehouse was a playground area that my dad established. Not Curly Goodwin, John Rip Riley. And Bill Reed came to me and said, we'd like to put a firehouse. I was supervisor at the time, and I said, that seems like a good idea. And so we literally flipped the property and thus the new firehouse. Little did I know that it would ever come to play. And the guys claimed they were there in 64 seconds. Yeah, huh? And Jim Coddington and I have known each other for years. Bernie Coddington, beloved Barnard firefighter. Geez, what a super guy. The apple doesn't fall from the tree very far. Jimmy, a collegiate runner, and I was running in the old days, Bill, and I would watch him go by with all these runs. But Jim and I have gotten reacquainted. The dogs run around. We're off leash, Mr. Super.
Well, that's all right. That's all
We're
right.
off leash. Both of us are off leash, and the dogs. Out of the grace of God, Jim happened to be there at that time. Leah sensed Patty, and the rest is history. Mr. Supervisor, while I have a chance, terrific run. God bless you. No one knows what it's like to sit in that seat until they're there. And I call him Bill the Builder.
Yes, that's right.
Building all kinds of different stuff, but remarkable job
Thank you.
to Murph and to Mike and the board members. Thank you for your service. My goodness gracious. We live here 6 months of the year down on the lake. And for those coming in, we wish them the very best. But Bill was a very young, self-made businessman who got involved in politics, and he's held multiple positions, but I know this is the one you will cherish more than
Absolutely.
any. So thank you for
Thank you,
your great
Don.
work.
Thank you for your kind
Thank you,
words.
Jim. Thank you, Fire Department. Thank you, Monroe Ambulance. I feel like the turkey in Thanksgiving. I really do. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. I will tell you, you look great. I've never seen you look any better than tonight. You look wonderful. And also, I will say that under Don's time as supervisor, this property that we now have a town hall and everything else on was acquired, and he had the vision to know that someday they would outgrow that wonderful building on Ridge Road, and that it would be a need for some more facilities as we have now. And if it wasn't for Don's vision to acquire this land and do what was necessary, we wouldn't be standing here today. So thank you for your vision too as well, Don. Chief, would you like to come down? We've got a little bit of business. Oh, yeah, before we do that, come on, everyone get around the front here, including you, Tom. Picture, Tom. And we're going to get pictures for our Facebook and for the newspaper. If you can have them. Right? There we go. How's that? Come on, everyone, squeeze. We need to do a little more. Get a little closer. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, Don, you gotta get right here. Come on.
But with that, we have 7 people, again, to recognize either recently promoted or completed their probationary periods. I'm going to deviate from the agenda and start with the command, because in the paramilitary organization, rank has its privileges, right? We know that. So Captain Josh Spearman, come on up. Dyslexic there, that's okay. All right, next up, Lieutenant David Luke. And little ones, we love it, we love it. Oh, look at that. You got a free hand, the little Bible meeting. Put your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. Me, I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York. That I will faithfully discharge the duties of the Office of Police Lieutenant to the best of my ability. So, congratulations, David. Love to see the little ones. Come on, that's serious so far. All right, next up, Sergeant Brandon Goder. You're the guy to hold the Bible. Good for you. Nice to see you. All right. Hey, your head, left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name. I, Brandon Goder. Do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of New York. I will faithfully discharge the duties of the Office of Police Sergeant for the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations, sir.
State of New York.
And I will faithfully discharge the duties of
And I will faithfully discharge the duties of
the office of police officer
the office of police officer
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Last but not least of the police officers, Officer William Mann. I state your name. I, William Mann. Do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of New York. And I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of police officer according to the best of my ability, so help me God. I got 2 and 4 years, so it happens.
Yeah, it's a coffee cup and a card. Do you want me to announce that? I don't know. There's a coffee cup and a card up front. Oh, geez.
I'll make sure we get it.
Okay. Why don't you go get it now? I'll wait for you. Oh. Oh. Oh, she's grabbing it. If you want to let her know, she'll have it. Yeah, I know. I know. That's why I said it. You put it up here, Jay's gonna come get it, I guess. Just grab it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. We'll now go to the public forum. This is an opportunity to address the town board on any issues of concern relative to the town of Greece. This is not a question and answer period, nor is it a time or place for commenting on previous applications that have come before this board. If you have a comment or question concerning an application, or if you would like to provide the board with any type of paperwork, please leave it in the inbox located in the lectern. The clerk will obtain it, all the documents after the meeting and disperse them to the board members accordingly. I would ask that you please use the center aisle when approaching the lectern. Each speaker will be allowed 3 minutes to address the board in accordance with the town civilities policy. Please state your name and address for the record, and at this time I'd invite anyone to come forward that would like to address the board.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Cheryl Phillips. I live at 848 Edgemere Drive. It's been a while. Many of you probably remember me from 3 long years of addressing this board opposing and protesting short-term rentals on behalf of 4 neighborhood associations. It was a long stretch of conveying our extreme distress and asking for your help, which I'm sure all of us were exhausted by. So tonight, I'm here to talk about short-term rentals. Supervisor Rylick, in the end, you came through for us and your team, and you protected the rights of your residents, and you had made some new laws that you enacted, and greater ability to enforce those laws, which made a huge impact on the quality of life in our neighborhoods and our environment. And for that, we are very thankful, grateful, and appreciative. There's a couple other people I want to thank, and Chief Wood, you responded to us compassionately and in person, Chief Wood, and you always followed. I'm saying thank you to you for your help in the short-term rental issue, and you were always very personal and compassionate, and you always followed through on your word, so thank you. Scott Copey, you were always reasonable and approachable, and you responded to us, our needs, or you delegated them. Joe Fornatero, you are a breath of fresh air and life-changing as Director of Technical Services. You readily sat down with us on many occasions, and you listened intently, and you acted with fairness. Thank you. Ivana, you were so patient and professional with our endless FOIL requests, which you responded to promptly and efficiently. Dave DePonzio, you met with us and got quickly up to speed right after you were newly elected, and you supported our cause. Kevin Overton, you have been a pivotal addition to this town team, and you met with us, you listened, you responded, you acted accordingly, you informed and directed town employees in enforcing the new laws. Thank you, each one of you. You were such a big help to us. I know there's a lot of issues in this town and problems in Greece that need attention, and things are not ideal, but when our group was told from the beginning that it was impossible and we didn't have a chance at succeeding and we wouldn't be heard, we couldn't achieve our goal, and we would never change anything. Yet we persevered with respect and diligence, and we worked together with all of you in the town, which is proof that you can make a difference. Supervisor Rylick, thank you for assembling and heading this amazing team, which helped to transform the short-term rental issue and save our residential neighborhoods. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We really kind of plowed the path with the short-term rentals that many other communities in our county and outside of our county look to what was done. It's not perfect. It's a living document that as we come up against new changes, we're willing to implement new policies to make it more amicable to the residents that are full-time residents there. So I appreciate your input. I appreciate the various members that came forward and gave ideas, and together we worked out a success. And we'll continue to do that as new challenges come up. One of my earliest involvements with the Lakeshore was during your flooding events. And we thought that was the biggest challenge we'd face, and then all of a sudden we had short-term rentals, a little different, but nonetheless, as we go forward, well, as the town board goes forward and new issues come up, don't be bashful, and that's how we work together to solve these situations. So thank you. Anyone else would like to come forward, public forum? All right, I'll close the public forum, and with that, we'll go on to our agenda.
Authorization to renew an agreement with Baratan ASL Interpreting Services to provide sign language interpreting services for the Greasetown Court for a period of January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2026. Further authorization for the supervisor to execute all related documents.
Second?
Moved by Councilman DePonzio, second by Councilman Bloomer. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Item carries.
Item number 2, authorization to renew agreement with Edith Forbes to provide stenographic and transcription services for the Greasetown Court for a period of January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2026. Further authorization for the supervisor to execute all related documents.
Second.
Moved by Councilman DePonzio, second by Councilman Murphy. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item carries.
Item number 3, authorization to renew the contract with Davis Ulmer for fire and life safety inspection. This will be the second of a possible 4 extensions. Further authorization for the supervisor to execute all related documents.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Bloomer, second by Councilwoman Christodaro. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Item carries.
Item number 4, authorization to award the landscaping installation and maintenance contract to Van Putty Landscape, 136 North Avenue, Rochester, New York, 14626. Contract term December 11th, 2025 to December 10th, 2026, with the option to renew up to 3 additional years. Further authorization for the supervisor to execute all related documents.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Bloomer, second by Councilman Murphy. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item carries.
Item number 5, authorization to make various adjustments and transfers to the 2025 budget.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Bloomer, second by Councilwoman Christodaro. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Item carries.
Item number 6, authorization to contract with ChargePoint to provide hardware and software support for the 4 vehicle charging stations in the Town Hall campus parking lot.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Murphy, second by Councilman DePonzio. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Item carries.
Item number 7, authorization to engage Mengel Metzger Bar and Company LLP to perform the 2025 independent audit.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Murphy, second by Councilman Bloomer. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Item carries.
Item number 8, authorization to make all necessary closing adjustments to the 2025 budget.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Murphy, second by Councilwoman Christodaro. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item carries.
Item number 9, authorization to enter into various agreements for programs associated with the operation of the center.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Councilman DePonzio, second by Councilman Bloomer. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item carries.
Item number 10, authorization to extend the following contracts for an additional year with no changes in pricing and contract terms. 2022 beaver trapping and removal services. This will be the 3rd of 4 extensions. 2025 concrete asphalt crushing services. This will be the 1st of 4 extensions.
Second.
Moved by Councilman DePonzio, second by Councilman Murphy. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Item carries.
Item number 11, authorization for the supervisor to enter into a lease amendment with West Point Marina LLC, extending the term of the existing lease agreement for the operation of the marina at Braddock Bay, dated October 20th, 2016.
Moved by Councilman DePonzio, second by Councilwoman Christodaro. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Item carries.
Item number 12, authorization for the Greece Police Department to surplus obsolete shotgun ammunition and exchange it for a credit with Amchar Wholesale to purchase less lethal ammunition.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Bloomer, second by Councilman DePonzio. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Item carries.
Item number 13, authorization for the Greece Police Department to enter into agreement with Blue Voice for online software. Blue Voice is a closed-loop AI platform that provides officers immediate access to legal, policy, and community resources.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Bloomer, second by Councilman Murphy. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Item carries.
Item number 14, authorization to enter into an agreement with Fusion Digital for audiovisual work to be completed at the Greece Police Department.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Bloomer, second by Councilman Christodaro. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item carries.
Item number 15, authorization to for the reappointment of Alvin Fisher, Chair, and Joseph Fornatera, Sr. as members of the Town of Greece Planning Board, effective February 16th, 2026, for a 3-year term to expire on February 16th, 2029.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Murphy, second by Councilman DePonzio. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item carries.
Item number 16, authorization for reappointment of Linda Andriano, Thomas Hartwig, and Charles D. Camilla as members of the Town of Greece Board of Zoning Appeals, effective February 16th, 2026, for a 3-year term to expire on February 16th, 2029.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Murphy, second by Councilman Bloomer. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, item carries.
Item number 17, establishment of the 2026 Town Board meeting schedule is attached. All town board meetings will be held in the Eastman Room at Greastown Hall.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Murphy, second by Councilman Christodaro. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, item carries.
Item number 18, authorization to enter into various agreements for programs associated with the operation of the library. Further authorization for the supervisor to execute all related documents.
Moved by Councilman Christodaro, second by Councilman DePonzio. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, item carries.
Item number 19, authorization for the supervisor to enter into an agreement with Grease Ridge LLC for Grease Police Department services during the 2025 holiday season. Further authorization for the supervisor to execute all related documents.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Christodaro, second by Councilman Bloomer. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, item carries.
Item number 20, establishment of a special meeting of the Greasetown Board on December 22nd, 2025 at 6 p.m. to conduct a public hearing to consider amendments to the senior citizens and persons with disabilities real property tax exemptions pursuant to Chapter 188 of the Greasetown Code.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Christodaro, second by Councilman Murphy. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, item carries.
Item number 21, establishment of a public hearing date of December 22nd, 2025 at 6 p.m. to consider amending the maximum income levels related to the senior citizens and persons with disabilities real property tax exemptions pursuant to Chapter 188 of the Greasetown Code.
Second.
Moved by Councilman DePonzio, second by Councilman Bloomer. Is there any further discussion? This is a item that the governor signed just a few days ago, which allows the municipalities to opt in if they choose to increase the income eligibility and the overall reduction in property taxes for seniors that meet the criteria. So we're expanding it to allow more people to participate in the program. We're very proud as a town board to do that. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, item carries.
Item number 22, authorization to appoint one residential plan review inspector effective December 13th, 2025.
Second.
Moved by Councilman DePonzio, second by Councilman Murphy. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, item carries.
Item number 23, authorization to appoint 2 full-time clerk force effective December 13th, 2025.
Moved by Councilman DePonzio, second by Councilwoman Christodaro. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, item carries.
Item number 24, authorization to appoint 1 full-time computer operator effective December 13th, 2025.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Bloomer, second by Councilman DePonzio. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, item carries.
Item number 25, authorization to abolish 1 full-time clerk 4, office clerk 4, and appoint 1 full-time clerk to the town justice effective December 13th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Bloomer, second by Councilman Murphy. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, item carries.
Item number 26, authorization to appoint 1 full-time library assistant effective December 13th, 2025.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Bloomer, second by Councilwoman Christodaro. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, item carries.
Item number 27, authorization for the adoption of the town's fee schedule effective January 1st, 2026.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Murphy, second by Councilman DePonzio. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Item carries.
Item number 28, authorization to appoint 2 full-time laborers effective December 13th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Murphy, second by Councilman Bloomer. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, item carries.
Item number 29, authorization to appoint 1 full-time animal control officer effective December 13th, 2025.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Murphy, second by Councilwoman Christodaro. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, item carries.
Item number 30, authorization to enter into an intermunicipal agreement with the town of Parma to provide animal control services. Further authorization for the supervisor to execute all related documents.
Moved by Councilman Christodaro, second by Councilman DePonzio. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, item carries.
Item number 31, authorization to enter into a renewal agreement with Comcat from December 31st, 2025 until December 31st, 2026 Further authorization for the supervisor to execute all necessary documents.
Moved by Councilman Christopher, second by Councilman Bloomer. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The item carries. At this time, Deputy Supervisor Kirk Morris has asked for a few moments.
Thank you very much, Mr. Supervisor. To the members of the town board and the department heads and the residents and folks that are here tonight, as many or most or some of you know, at the end of this year, I will be retiring from public service and from serving in the position as a deputy supervisor here at the town of Greece. It has been a wonderful career, wonderful time serving the residents and working with so many wonderful department heads, board members, the supervisor, staff, and the residents of Greece. There's a story that a few people I've shared with going back, a little over 12 years ago when the supervisor, when he first became elected, he had reached out to me, and at the time I was serving as a member of the Greece Town Board, and he had asked me, he says, Kirk, I'm filling some positions over here in Greece, and there's a vacancy over at the Highway Department, and I wanted to ask if you would consider serving as our Commissioner of Public Works. My reaction to the supervisor, I had said to him, well, you're probably going to hear something that you would never hear from someone that you just offered an incredible opportunity to. Are you sure? And he looked at me, well, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm not really, I don't work in the, Highway Department, or that's not where where my career has led itself. But he said to me, he said, I've known you for many years. I'm confident in your abilities and your character and the type of person you are, and I would like certainly to have you come over. So, thank you, Mr. Supervisor, for having that confidence in me and asking me to be a part of your team, a wonderful team that you have put together with so many people. Some have retired and aren't with the town anymore, but in working with those folks and working with previous town board members that are no longer with us, and certainly working with this current board, it's been my honor and my pleasure to do so.
I knew you were up to the challenge.
Thank you. In the 10 years that I served as Commissioner of Public Works, I was truly blessed to work with so many wonderful members of the Highway Department in the town of Greece. Very dedicated employees, do a great job. With so many different things that the Highway Department does on behalf of the residents, it is that time, as the supervisor mentioned, in 2017, when we had the trifecta. We faced a horrible windstorm, we faced a horrible snowstorm, and then we faced a horrible 3 months worth of flooding. I joke with people that I sort of blacked that out of my mind and memory because it was such a challenge, but from that came so many additional relationships that were built with residents along the shorelines, and to watch the residents of Greece come together, volunteers, employees, just come together to do what is needed in order to get through that trying time and certainly to help the residents. So I have to say that that was certainly one of the highlights. I'd like to thank all of the department heads that I've had the pleasure of working with, many of whom I've known back when I served as a council member, but then got to work more closely with when I became Highway Commissioner, and then certainly even more closely so and more directly so when I served as a Deputy Supervisor here in the town. I appreciate all the work that you do. It is, as the Supervisor said, tireless. It is important. It is all in the service of the residents of Greece to make this community the best possible. Our police department is second to none. I thank you, Chief, for your leadership and your team's leadership, and all the men and women who serve in our Greece Police Department. As the supervisor said, there were many first priorities. One of the first priorities was giving the Greece Police Department what it had never had in the history of the town: a true, modernized police headquarters for you all to do the work that you do to keep our families and residents safe. So that was something that was wonderful to see. Working with Scott Copey in the planning department, we had a lot of interactions when I was over at the Highway Department, but even more so when I became deputy supervisor, I really got to see even more so your level of expertise and professionalism in doing the job that you do. Joe Fornataro, Dick Bart, again, thank you all for everything that you do. My very, very good friend going down the line, our tax receiver, Andrew Collin. We've been friends for many years. It has truly been a pleasure to work with you professionally, but more meaningful to work with you as someone who was my friend before we became colleagues. With Keith Sir, our library director, and our personnel director, you've done a wonderful job in serving in both of those roles, and I thank you for your hard work and everything that you've done to, again, help us bring in good quality employees to serve the residents of Greece. John Hellman, our finance director. John, thank you. Money's the other side of what makes government run, and it's a big task for a town of our size and a budget of our size, but you and your team have always done a great job. Kevin, to you and the folks over at your firm, thank you for the legal advice and for being their supervisor. And I always, have things that we need the appropriate advisement on with our code, and as was mentioned, the short-term rentals and everything. And thank you again for helping us out. When I say that, I was blessed with a lot of folks, great folks over at the Highway Department that do such an amazing job every day. I have to give a standalone thank you to who was my deputy commissioner when I was commissioner, Rob Lukey. Rob, your support for me, your knowledge, the number of years that you had put in over at the Highway Department, what I lacked in understanding about all of the inner workings and all of the goings-on of a highway department, you were there for me in great times of need that I had. And now I'm proud to see that you have been serving as I moved on, that you moved up. You deserve that. Your folks over there are absolutely second to none. And I just want to personally thank you so much for everything that you did to support me as I served in that role. Thank you. Last but not least, I would have to thank my family. My wife, Wendy, my kids, Lauren and Joel. I am, as many of us are, blessed to have such a wonderful family to support us as we do what we do. Late nights, canceled events, it just comes with the territory. All of us up here experience that. But I have truly been blessed with a wonderful wife and wonderful children who have always been there to support me in all of the things that I've wanted to do in my career. So with that being said, thank you all. Thank you to our wonderful board. Congratulations and good luck to those who will be serving us next year. Supervisor, again, I can't say it enough. You have been more than a supervisor to me. You've been a mentor. And I think the highest compliment that I can pay to you is that you remind me so much of my father, who, as many know, passed away not too long ago. You are the hard exterior, get the job done, make sure everybody's taken care of, make sure everyone has what they need, but then it's only off to the side that you will go and experience your emotions outside of the fanfare. And thank you again. It means the world to me to have had the honor and pleasure of working for you these past 12 years.
Thank you, Kirk, and thank you for the job you've done on behalf of all the residents. Kirk and I first met when he was just out of college, so we've known each other for a long time. I'd like to also thank Diana Crisadaro, who's now completing her 10th year as councilwoman. Thank you for the service to the community, this board, and to myself, and also to Bill Murphy, who is completing his 8 years as well, and who's been a part of the board for all those years and been very helpful, and also for Mike Bloomer, who I didn't know before he became a councilman, but I'm glad I got to know him because he's an outstanding individual that's been always there for the residents, and had, as residents brought issues to him of concern, he would respond in an appropriate manner, and he never overlooked them. I will also say that the people from one end of this spectrum to the other, both my left and my right, allow everyone, people will thank me for different things that occur. It's really these people that make me look good, and because they do an outstanding job, our town board, our department heads, It's easy for me to take credit, but really, they're the people that do the work, and I'm so proud of every one of them. And I consider them the dream team, and I was lucky to have them all. So thank you very much for your service, and much continued success as you go forward with the next administration. I know they'll do well, and I'm going to do everything I can to ensure that they do. We've had several meetings with the new supervisor. Matter of fact, I have one again tomorrow morning, and we've worked very cooperatively together to make sure that there's continued success in the town. And I can tell you that we're all on the same page, so we're working together for the benefit of the community. Is there any other business to come before this town board? There being none, the next regular meeting of the Greastown Board will be scheduled for Thursday, January 15th, 2026 at 6 p.m. However, as noted in the agenda, we will be holding a special meeting on Monday, December 22nd at 6 p.m. We now stand adjourned.